Hi there, this is Kelly from outlivefnt.com, and I'm going to just admit that I haven't done a video blog yesterday or the day before, so again another weekend gone. It has been a pretty full-on weekend, to be quite honest, and I'll tell you a little bit about it during this blog. So I've been to a nutrition conference for the last 2 days, and it was absolutely incredible. Met some amazing people and heard some fantastic stories. It was all very, very inspiring. And I suppose last night was a real turning point for me, I think, and a couple of other people that I'm staying with at the moment. I was actually standing out on the balcony speaking to my boyfriend on Skype, and there was a man swimming the pool, and he started to panic and just waving his arms about in the air, and he was clearly really struggling, and there was nobody else outside around the pool at the time. And so I, sort of threw my phone away and said to the girl that I'm staying with, I said, I think there's somebody drowning or really struggling to swim. And so she came out and said, oh my God, what are we going to do? So I got on the phone, tried to call reception, they didn't answer. So she immediately said, look, I'm going to go down. And so she ran down. We're on the 7th floor up here. So as I was on the phone, finally got through to reception, and I was like, there is a man that's drowning in the pool. You need to get there right now. And so I walked out onto the balcony, and there was 3 men from the hotel that ran out from reception, and at this point the man was lying at the bottom of the pool, completely unconscious, and the 3 men who were from the hotel, I didn't know it at the time, I was yelling from the top of my lungs, jump in, get that guy out, he's been under for too long, but I didn't know at the time, but none of those 3 men could swim. So I'm in Singapore, it's a bit different to back home. And so maybe 30 seconds after these guys got to the pool, my friend, who I'm sharing a room with, arrived with a couple of other people that she had thankfully randomly met in the lift on the way down, who were also from the company that we've been with all weekend. And one of them was a guy who jumped in and was able to drag the man from the bottom of the pool up and out. And so from there they began CPR, and it took quite a while for anything to happen, but eventually he did start to show signs of life, and was later I found out coughing up blood, and just was an absolutely horrific ordeal, I suppose. And maybe about 15 minutes later an ambulance arrived, so it was quite a long time between when it happened and when he was finally with the ambulance and sitting up and speaking all right, like he was clearly in a state of stress, or whatever that may be. And so they've taken him to the hospital, everything. Last night when I got back from the conference, just asked at reception as to how he was, and he's on voluntary life support for 3 days, so I didn't even know that was possible. Isn't that amazing that they can actually put you on life support to let your body rest and recover? So for 3 days he has agreed to be on life support so that his lungs can recover, because he was coughing up blood, and obviously had been without oxygen for quite a significant amount of time. And so to have that recovery, I think that's pretty amazing. So at this point in time, I suppose it's a little bit strange to think back now, because at the time, I mean, there was just so much panic, and just, I suppose it happened quite quickly, and time just sort of stops when that kind of thing happens. but it was a real sort of eye-opening thing, you know. Something like that can happen any time. So last night, my friend who was literally doing the CPR brought him back to life, which is absolutely incredible. We went out after our conference and just sort of got dressed up and went out and just celebrated life, because I think that's, you know, it's a real message. You just never know what can happen, and life's short, so make the most of it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, that is all for me today. Yeah, as I said, it's been a massive weekend. I've still got a couple more days here in Singapore, so heading out and doing a bit of exploring in the next few days. Alright, see ya.